everyone, and welcome to the Sidereal Insights Astro Update for December 17th, 2018. I'm Phaedra Mitchell. With Sidereal Insights, every 2 weeks, what we do is we explore the astrology of the current planetary transits across the heavens from a Western sidereal perspective. So we're using the Fagan-Bradley Zodiac today. If you need to look up your sidereal sign placements, you can do that online. We have an easy online calculator for you. At mysticphysick.com/sidereal tools. And what I'm going to do real quick is just pull the broadcast up in my browser and give you the link directly in the comments. And I'll add it to the video description at the end of the broadcast. That way it's easy for those of you who are catching the replay to get your sidereal birth placements if you need them. So today what we're going to be doing is talking a little bit about what to expect for the upcoming 2 weeks or so. Basically the rest of December, the rest of the 2019 calendar year. Here we go. I've got the broadcast and here's the link. There you go. And let's get our notes back up. So welcome. For those of you who are new to the broadcast, I'm Phaedra. Like I said, I'm the astrologer and artist of Mystick, Physick, Astrology. And I use Western sidereal astrology in my practice to help you remember why you came, to help you reconnect with your soul purpose. And my aim is really to provide guidance on how we can use the energy of the transiting planets to affect our lives in a positive way, basically to work consciously with those energies in a proactive rather than a reactive way. And so feel free to like and share the broadcast, tag a friend if you know someone who might be interested in what we're talking about today. You can also follow Mystick Physick on Facebook and be sure to subscribe, please, to our YouTube channel. And so what is up for today? So finally, at this late point in the year, nearly all of the planets have returned to direct motion. We still have Uranus retrograde in Sidereal Aries. He's due to go direct on the 7th of January, so very early next year. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that date and what you need to be thinking about to prepare for it a little bit later in the broadcast. But like I said, all other planets have returned to direct motion finally. We are still in the shadow of the most recent Mercury retrograde. Mercury will leave his shadow period the 24th of December, so right before the Christmas holiday. Today, we have the Sun entering Sidereal Sagittarius. The Sun will be there until mid-January or so. And during this time, when we have the Sun passing through Sagittarius, it can kind of emphasize a collective desire to connect across great distances, sometimes across cultural distances, across distances of time, or even geographical distances. And right now, we're really focused on doing that in a sense of celebration, in observance. Sometimes that means also, though, in fellowship or in communion. And so that's kind of what we're going through collectively right now. Keep an eye, put a pin in this date in your calendar or mark it on your calendar. Keep an eye on the 20th of December for possibility of surprises. Ought to be pleasant surprises. You might find unexpected benefits to things that come up during the day in the days around December 20th. So keep an eye on that date. We also have on the 21st, this is an important date for those of you with Virgo or Gemini sun or rising. We have our final Mercury conjunction with Jupiter. This is something that normally only happens about once a year. This year, the way that this last Mercury retrograde has fallen because of its timing with the Mercury Jupiter conjunction, we've had it 3 times in a row. Direct and then retrograde, and now this is the final direct conjunction once again. So this third and final time, Jupiter and Mercury are going to team up. They'll bring good news, plenty of conversation. I would say watch for good travel prospects during the December holiday season, kind of in general, and then more specifically those of you who have, like I said, Virgo and Gemini sun or rising sign. Pay attention to the 21st, watch for news, okay? And then we have the full moon in Gemini coming up on December 22nd. And that is going to bring a lot of bustle and activity to a head, especially in terms of phone calls and emails, General well wishes and seasons greetings, travel, commerce. It's going to be kind of a crescendo in these areas as we head into year's end. And so use these last days of December to wrap up details. You want to finalize things, complete any unfinished business that you have from 2018 so that you're not carrying it over into 2019. You want to be able to make a good, clean start right out of the gate early in the coming year. And what I would stress for this final 2-week stretch, be thinking about and be even in possibly the planning stages of your major initiations that you'd like to make in 2019. So if you have any big long-term projects for the year or broad visioned projects for the year that you'd like to execute, plan to make your start early next year when we have the support of every planet in the solar system in direct motion all at once. That's beginning, like we talked about earlier, January 7th, when Uranus, the final planet to station direct, will station direct. And that is also well positioned right after the first new moon of the coming year. And it'll start a broad period of time where we'll have all of the planets in direct motion for several weeks. I want to say right around 2 months. I think we have 2 good new moons and 2 full moons this year during that period, the new moon in January and the new moon in February. And so those are excellent new moons for making major initiations where you want the full support of the universe. We're going to be talking a little bit more specifically about the January one coming up in our next broadcast. And we'll also, of course, have our new moon initiation, our intention setting workshop in January. I would definitely encourage you to participate in that. But be thinking about what type of major initiation you want to make. Go ahead and plan for your New Year's resolution if you're the type of person that likes to do a New Year's resolution. Don't start it, though, until after January 7th. Wait until after that first new moon of the year, and wait until after Uranus goes direct, and then begin your New Year's resolution, whatever it is you decide that you'd like to initiate for the new year. It's a major new moon. There's a solar eclipse in the fire sign of Sagittarius at that new moon, and it's going to bring a stellium in Sagittarius into play. Okay, so there's a couple of important things that can play into the outcomes if you do wait until the end of that first week of January to make your initiation or to begin your New Year's resolution. Okay, you can harness that power with intention and plan to make the most of it. You will need to take action to do that. But watch for news also from the January full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer near the time of the upcoming full moon, near the 22nd, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. The sun will pass over the eclipse degree, and that can activate it early for some readers, for some watchers, for some listeners. And so if you want to learn more about how eclipses can affect us, or if you just need a quick refresher, I'm going to drop a link here to our Eclipse Essentials video that goes over 3 important things about eclipses that you need to know to just kind of navigate them. And this will help you to prepare if you read through that, or if you just need a refresher to kind of remind you of what to do during eclipses. Check out that video. I break it all down for you. And then at the end of the month, at the end of December, we have Mars moving into Pisces on the 24th. Remember, Pisces is a water sign, right? Mars is going to be there for 6 weeks. He's a fire planet, right? He rules a fire sign. That's going to last until early February. Mars is not quite at home as much in the water signs in Pisces than he is in other signs. So he's not quite as comfortable. But while he's in Pisces, that can kind of urge us to spend more time relaxing, refreshing ourselves, regenerating ourselves, seeking out spiritual pursuits, escaping from the hustle and bustle of daily life and the stress of the outside world. And so if you have activities planned that align with those themes, go ahead and spend the next 6 weeks making more room for that in your schedule. You won't regret it. And then also I want to remind you, like I was saying, be thinking about what major initiation you want to make early next year. Read up on the December overview and short reports. If you haven't already, there's still the last few weeks of the month that you may want to brush up on or refresh yourself about what to expect for your sun and your rising sign, your sidereal sun sign, your sidereal rising sign. I'll I'll leave a link for those as well. And then don't forget, join me for the full moon in Gemini releasing practice coming up on the 21st of December in the Sidereal Insights Astrology Facebook community on here on Facebook. That's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2:30 a.m. GMT, and 1:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time for those of you who are joining from clear across the world on December 21st. So that's the 22nd if you're joining us from the UK or Australia. And please like and share the broadcast, especially if you know someone who might get benefit out of it. And thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.